Hi, welcome to my journey. Oh my goodness. I was just sitting up here thinking, I'm trying to do this, cold preparedness, okay? And it got cold. It did. Last night it was so cold. I had to light up the fireplace, put on the heat, connect the heating pads, almost connected the electric blankets, but I didn't do that. Maybe I should have, but I hate being confined like that to the bed and under the covers. So then today it was like, this should let you know just how unprepared you are. And I'm like, yes, I'm unprepared. Okay? Because if it snows, right, I used up all of the rock salt that I had. So I'm going to have to buy me some more rock salt. Also, what else was I going to buy? Dang it, I should have wrote it down. But definitely the rock salt. I have the oil lamp oil going to be delivered. So I want to wash my clothes. That way, if I am stuck in the house, I can at least, have clean clothes. So I'm going to go wash some clothes and then, decide, exactly what I'm going to do for the rest of the day. So here's the one thing for sure, right? I have, my driveway is at a little slant, right? And it doesn't matter what time of the day it is, but there's always a vehicle parked at the end of my driveway. Okay? So that's why it's very important for me to get some rock salt, right? Because for me to get out of my driveway, I cannot afford to slide down my driveway because the guy across the street always has one of his trucks parked at the end of my driveway. Oh my gosh. This is what I heard this morning right here. Okay? So it looks like they also hit that pole, right? Thankfully, they didn't knock it down, right? Thankfully, they didn't knock the pole down. But they definitely ran into the fence, and I think the pole stopped him or her, probably a him, it's usually always a him. Who else would speed around a curve, right? Men will speed around a curve. Okay? So that was just crazy. I heard the crashing, right? And I'm like, oh man, I should get out and go look, right? And I was like, I don't care, right? I don't care. It didn't happen to my yard, because I did kind of take a peek to see if it happened in my yard, and it didn't happen in my yard, but it was close. Okay? So yeah, somebody got into a wreck this morning for sure. For sure. almost went dark today. Almost went dark. I did. I almost went completely black. And Spirit was like, don't go completely black, Cherie. Don't do it. Don't do it. And I was like, okay, I won't. I won't. I won't go dark today. Even though it feels dark. So my check tire pressure light is still on. It's not the one that I blew up, right? So it's the other one. It's got to be this other one right over here, because all of the rest of them look good. So maybe I will go to, maybe I'll drive by Discount Tire. You know, because I don't want to be sold a tire, and I don't want my tire sabotaged. I just don't, right? And I know some of you are like, why are you even out? I'm out because, number one, I do want to wash some clothes. Okay, number one, I do want to wash some clothes. Number two, I do want to get some rock salt. So I got my clothes in the bag. And I looked up some places for some rock salt, right? And oh my goodness, the way that they trick people, even when it came to the rock salt, right? I'm looking at the rock salt and I'm like, ooh, what is this for $5? Well, it doesn't show the weight. It doesn't show how much of the rock salt they'll be giving you, right? But then you have to really zoom in and find out you're only going to be getting 3.5 ounces of rock salt. Now, I suggest, that you do keep, like a small baggie, of rock salt in your vehicle, especially if you're moving around and, there's a chance that there's ice patches anywhere on your pathway. If you have rock salt, you can at least clear your path out, right? Probably tonight, they'll have, sanders out there, at least sanding down the highways. Now, it depends on your city whether or not, they'll sand down the roads, right? And they'll use both sand and rock salt. All right? So, that's another thing. Now, rock salt is great for melting ice and snow. But if you're in an area that, may cause you to lose traction, that's when you'll want to have like some sand that you can put down. You can use sand for traction in the ice and snow, but it won't melt it down like salt will, right? If you put that salt out there on the ice and the snow, it probably will melt it down within minutes. You put sand out there, no, not so much, but it will help you have traction. It will. You can get some traction. Oh my God. Oh my God. This gas station used to be It used to be Chevron or Mobile, one of those two. It's not now. Now my car is letting me know the temperature is low outside. And it is. It's 38 degrees out there. I got on my gloves. I got on fleece line sweats. Got on my hat. And I got on a jacket over to boot, right? And I also have on, a pair of leggings underneath my fleece lined sweatsuit. I'm cozy. I really am. I'm cozy, nice and warm. I was a little cold this morning. And because I felt a little chilly, I decided to go ahead and knock off, my aerobic exercise. So I walked for a mile, right? And that heated me up, right? It did. It heated me up. So once I was heated up, I'm like, okay, I can, wow, $55 for these panels. That's a good deal. I could use a couple of more panels for the front. Anyway, I did not go to the bank. So now I'm going to have to figure out how to put money onto my account so I can wash these clothes. Like I said, I already know I will feel a lot better, knowing that I have some clean clothes to wear, even though I wear a lot of the same thing multiple days. It's just that I've been doing it for a minute here, and now I have a whole basket full of clothes that I want to wash. And that way, if I get stuck in the house, then, I won't feel pressed. I won't feel pressed that I'll have to get out. That's another thing I need to check is my antifreeze. Check my antifreeze in the car. And I also want to get another leash and collar for Gracie, because that other leash, it doesn't hold her. The retractable leash, she's too strong for that. She needs a solid leash and probably a choker chain. Okay? And I know I have a choker chain somewhere, right? But yeah, it's somewhere. So let me figure out how to put money on my account. And hopefully they won't have gone up again. The last time they had went up a whole $1. Ooh, Ooh, it's starting to rain hard. Hard raindrops. You hear it? Big fat water drops. Hold on. Okay, sometimes it takes twice. You know, like you have to do the operation twice before it actually takes. But that's okay because now the rain has stopped. It was raining hard just for like a couple of minutes when I first got here. And after I loaded my account so that I could wash some clothes, then it stopped raining. So we're gonna put this load into the wash, right? Because we're not gonna let nothing stop us. We're gonna do what we gotta do. Okay. See, there's my basket back there. Here we go. Skip the word. Leave your laundry with us. What is this? Okay. Clothes are in washing. I am going to go to 5 and below, even though it's probably not 5 and below anymore, right? But I'm gonna go there basically to see if, you know, I can you know, find a collar and a leash for Gracie, because I said, you know, she overpowers the retractable leash. It's just embarrassing. Okay, so yeah. But I'm gonna go in there and see what we can see. Huh? See what we can see. It cost me $5 to do the small. The small used to cost $4.75, but now it's $5. Okay, so now if you want a super wash, right, then it will cost you $5.75. All right, let's go in here. Okay, mission accomplished, right? Oh, this was the last one also. Uh, I got this pet harness for Gracie, right? $5. And then I also got her a leash. And this leash is supposed to hold up to 90 pounds, according to this. Okay? So this is what I got her. She doesn't look like, well, she on my video, she doesn't look like she will be needing this. But believe me, I'm telling you, she looks like she has grown already overnight. Okay? Every day looking more and more like a pit bull. Right? So, got that for her. Also, again, confronted by the pink tax, right? They had these socks, right, in both male and female, right? I squeezed the depth of the females, and then I squeezed the depth, like I'm doing right now, of the males. And the male socks have more thread count than the woman's socks. And it's the same price, even though it doesn't require as much material and as a lower quality of material. So that's another example of the pink tax. How they charge women more for what they need. So that's why I went ahead and got the men's socks. I went ahead and got the men's socks because it will be a better quality. Okay? And that's, a sock is a sock, right? It's going to go on under your shoes, in your shoes, or, you'll wear it around the house. Whatever you plan on doing with it, it's really not going to be that important, right? Except to keep your feet warm, right? And one of the things that these socks said they would do is it has a stay-up cuff, mesh ventilation, sports cushioning, and arch support. Okay? So I think that's a good quality for a 5-pack of socks for $5. And this is at 5 and below. All right? Okay, even though Home Depot has rock salt, right? They want to sell like 50 pounds, which is a lot. 50 pounds for $14. That's a lot, right? I mean, I really would prefer to spend half of the price and get a 20 to 25 pound bag of rock salt, because £50 is a lot, okay? And I think I could get through two winters, maybe 3 winters with 20 or 25 pounds, right? 50 pounds, I think, would be like storing it. Now, storing it wouldn't be so bad, if I planned on, sharing some for the neighbors and all of that stuff. I could probably even share some for the neighbors, even with 20 pounds. But like I said, it's important for me just to have a small bag, like a little baggie full, in my car in case, I run across some problems with ice or, and it's a problem. And put that in the back of the car. I don't know if I want to do the sand thing. Right? Now, they say, it would be wise, to have a bag of sand in your car, to stop your vehicle from sliding around. And I'm like, ooh, I got an electrical vehicle. The batteries in this car is heavy enough to stop to stop me from sliding around in the snow or ice or whatever, okay? So that mission is accomplished as far as buying Gracie another harness. And like I said, she's very I'm just glad it's not something that that goes around her neck, at least not at this time of her life, right? If we get to the point where we have to put a choker or a training chain around her neck, then we'll cross that bridge when we get there, okay? But right now, this was the last one, and I'm glad it was in pink because she's a girl. She's a girl. Yes, she's a girl. I'm not saying that boys, can't wear a pink harness, because they can. Okay. Just like a girl could wear a blue harness. But this was the last extra large harness. That's the only one. And like I said, it was either you buy it or you don't. But, the last times that I had been there, looking for an extra large harness, they didn't have them. And so I just feel like I lucked up with the fact that they even have one. And since my wash is complete, we're going to go put it in the dryer. And then after that, we're going to swing by Ace hardware store and see if they have the rock salt that was, I believe, like $10 or under. Okay?